Love Them Knives channel. Thanks for joining me today. I don't know. I was on GearBest, and then also I went on to Fast Tech to look at the Ganzo knives. I'm attracted to this style of knife, and of course this is real Spyderco-ish, you know. And some people do not like the fact that Ganzo does some knives that are very similar to Spyderco and or even Benchmade and or other knives. So yeah, they think they're ripping designs off and stuff, but here's the deal. I mean, these are very inexpensive knives. These are, anywhere from, well, their knives go anywhere from like $10 to maybe $25, and that's about it. I can't remember how much this one cost. It wasn't much. Tweren't much. Twere $15, $20, $30 at GearBest. So this is the F729. They're not calling it a Ganzo anymore. I mean, when they first came out, they were Ganzo. They were G something something. They call it an axis lock. If you go onto the Ganzo site, they call it the G lock. So, I mean, axis lock is kind of ripping Benchmade off, but, it's there are no $15 Benchmade knives. I'll bet. 440C stainless steel, quick opening feature, blah, 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 blah. And they give you a little microfiber pouch in here, and I don't know if you really want to go through this, but if you're new to these, then maybe it's important. If you're not new to these, which you're probably not, you probably own one of these, or at least a Ganzo. Firebird, Ganzo on the other side. At first, the old school ones were, the Ganzo ones were these kind of real thick felt, kind of weird stuff, stiff and nasty. These are nice little microfiber ones. And then, of course, it just comes in a plastic bubble thing. So, slides in, which is kind of nice. There's your model number. Made in China, obviously, in case you're new to this model. Yes, they are made in China. I got this one because I bought like 4 or 5 Ganzo Firebird knives. I guess I should say Firebird because it's now Firebird made by Ganzo, F729, and Firebird brand made by Ganzo. In any case, so these are really high quality knives. And I guess I'm preaching to the choir, probably. If you look in here, you can see that they've skeletonized the stainless steel scales in here. Up and down. So, in the old days, they didn't do that, and they were a little heavier, and people were like, hey, maybe you ought to do that, and now they did it. And some people, when they first came out, they were in G10 and this and that, and they go, hey, maybe make a CF model, carbon fiber. And they did. I mean, this is a G10 carbon fiber laminate. But so is, so are some other things out there. I mean, Spyderco makes some stuff that has a G10 carbon fiber laminate, and other knife manufacturers. So it's not unusual that you see these even on higher end knives. So there's nothing particularly horribly cheap and cheesy about having that. In fact, you might argue it's pretty tough stuff, pretty durable in my use of these knives, because these knives are not trophy knives. So yes, they get used, and they make really good beater knives. So thus, my little story about Frank, my buddy who lives up in the Buffalo, New York area. Okay, so he gets this, no, really, I gotta tell this. So he gets a Spyderco Para 2 from me, right? And it's not just your S30V model. It's a Sprint Run S35VN model Okay, so he's in his truck coming back from his job, and CD hangs up in his CD player in his truck. And what does he jam in there to free up the CD to try and get it out of there? And why you would stick a knife in there, especially a Sprint Run Spyderco Para 2 that costs like freaking $160 something. In any case, and he sent me a picture later going, damn, he told me about the story, and he broke the tip of the knife. I mean, not a lot of it, but some of it off. Now it's a broken tip, okay? I mean, I don't care how much you break off. When you break off a piece, you break off a piece. It's not a good thing. And I said some unkind things to him because I'm the one that sent him that damn knife. In any case, so I said, dude, get you a Ganzo. I mean, that should be a new, like, sayism or something. Like, get you a Ganzo. Get the Ganzo. The Ganzo can do the dirt work if you're going to jam a blade into your CD player in your truck, whatever, I guess. And it ought to be one of these. Flat grind, very usable. Oh, did you see this knife? I mean, flat grind, very usable. So, here's the thing. Yeah, about the same size. Not quite. Well, damn, we might have to measure them up. In any case, so I sent him one of these. I think it was just a G10 version. I got a Power Cutlery. Just remember, and I'll put the link. Power Cutlery is a USA Ganzo seller, and other knife brands as well. But check with them. I always check with them first to see if I can get the knife I'm looking for from them first. And their inventory kind of comes and goes, so you don't know. But if you can, then even it might be $1 more than Gear Best, but you're going to have it in 3 days. So, I mean, that's a no-brainer. If they don't have it, then you got Fast Tech or Gear Best, something like that. You can even get these on DHgate or whatever, but a Gear Best is usually really, really competitive, and so is Fast Tech, so either one of those. In any case, how big is this thing? I was just like, dude, so I sent him one of these. He's like, yeah. But he's never been big into the kind of the knockoff Chinese thing. Although I don't really consider this that. I mean, these are not clone knives, that kind of thing. 3.5-inch blade. So it is pretty much the Para 2 size, 8 1/4. 3.5, 8 1/4. Hello. I didn't know they were exactly the same dimension. They are. Okay. Never mind. Just me. Yes, they are. Same size. Did that look that way to you? I guess it does. I didn't really realize they were the same. I thought they were a little bit smaller than the Para 2. They aren't. They're the same damn size. Well, before you go jamming this into, God, Lord Almighty, no. You use this. 440C steel. It's very usable. Nice and sharp. And, let's see if we can cut a piece of wood. Come here. Yeah. A little bit. Okay, so they come pretty sharp out of the box. And they're great users. I mean, I don't know. I mean, nobody's going to argue with me on that. I hope. Because hopefully those arguments are gone and done. Everybody I know loves the Ganzo knives, the Firebird, if you want to call them that, knives. So they're solid. They're good. I think I have heard a couple of people bitch about maybe the hardware, screws that turn and don't come out or strip or something like that. I don't know. I think I have taken one apart once. Primarily at $15, I wouldn't bother taking one apart. I'm going to use them and abuse them, and then things be what they may. But I'm really not going to worry about it. I'll tell you what, 440C used to be the stuff like 25 years ago or so. So It was, custom knife makers were using it as blade steel. So, I mean, hey, I would prefer it to 8CR13 MOV, which is used in a lot of Kershaws and CRKTs. So, and this is $15. Okay, carbon fiber and 440C steel at $15. Yeah, that takes a while to soak in, doesn't it? It was for me. It was just like, wow, this is almost surreal. And a lot of viewers have gone, I mean, they just like rhetorical questions in the comment section, like, how did they do that? Yeah, that's a good question. And it stays rhetorical. So you got these standoffs. It's sturdy, it's tough, it's a hard, even though it's skeletonized out, it doesn't give you that feeling that you don't have structural integrity. You do have a lot of structural integrity here. Some of the people have complained that these axis lock, G-lock, pardon me, mechanisms, first of all, they're different than Benchmade because the Benchmade G-lock, oh God, axis lock, now we're really in trouble. They go, they stick up higher from the scale. So they're easier to get a hold of with your fingers on both sides. Now, for me, I don't care. This is, I can do this. This is not a problem. So no, it doesn't present a big deal to me. Now, other people have said, these are very stiff. These are really not easy to do. Benchmade, grip. Okay, so this thing just, it just falls out practically. I mean, it is so, this just came back from Benchmade. They replaced all the guts and tuned it up and everything. This thing is just ultra sweet. And you're right, this does disengage so easy. It's just incredible. This, not so much. This, 160. This, 16. Okay? So 10 of these, So, I mean, let's not get, I'm not that picky. I'm willing to accept a little less than, the smoothest thing in town. Although after a period of time, these get smoother. It's the spring tension, and that can be adjusted if it just completely drives you crazy, which it doesn't for me. But I've seen that on Birdshot 4 channel. They actually, took the scales off on both sides and, the spring that runs down there, and then they relaxed it a little bit. And I can't remember exactly how they did it. I'd have to go back in there. But, and so they made this one easier to disengage because it is, yeah, it's a little stiffer. Some are more pliable than others, but that's fine with me. I mean, you got the hole here. Not a problem. This one is much smoother, no question, but this is going to be doing the dirty work right here. And these do really good. They've held up for me. If they've fallen apart on you, say what you want. They sharpen up good. They hold up good for me, for what I've done. I cut down boxes. I, cut things around the house and packages and maybe stiff plastic and stuff like that. I'm not jamming them through a car door or, I'm using them as a pocket knife probably should be used. So, enough said. Really good knife. 3.5-inch blade. How much does it weigh? 4.1 ounces. So it's fairly light, It's 116 grams. 116 grams. Hey, what does the Para 2 weigh? 6 grams less. There you go. So, in any case, This is a little heavier. But it's, you know, I really like them. The flat grind's so nice. It's so usable as a slicer. Maybe the tip being, yeah, not quite as, you know, substantial as you might want. But I think it goes fine with the overall, you know, kind of blade shape and what you'd be using with this kind of blade anyhow. You know, let's not go through the hole. Yeah, 3mm blade stock, 12.5 overall. So that's about a 1/2 inch here, 0.49, and yeah, blade stock, come on up here, 0.112. So yeah, 3mm, not bad. Let's look at the tip of this blade. Oh yeah, it looks maybe just a tad more substantial than the Ganzo, maybe. Okay, and maybe not. Pretty close. Pretty close. Okay, well, then again, yeah, this is really easy to open and close. I like that compression lock, but Firebird, made by Ganzo. The 729 carbon fiber. Good knife, feels good in the hand, pretty light, you know, four ounces, you know, jimping, thumb ramp. Open it either using the G-lock, the thumb hole, you know, and of course you probably noticed the lanyard hole, which is available. And you probably may not have noticed, oh, have we got something here. I think that's a little chip. Wow. I don't think I did that. I think it came that way. Beater knife. Okay, so this way, right or left hand? Right or left hand tip up. Lanyard hole, thumb ramp, jimping. Easy to deploy, feels good in the hand. And you know what? You're right. That's a little disappointing. Oh well. I'll have to take it out of the safe with my $10,000 custom knives. I mean, and for some reason, it just kind of goes with the territory. What can I say? Waited about 3 weeks for this to get here from GearBest, and there you go. So much for the QC. And is it centered? Yeah, baby. So, oh well. That's it. Thank you for joining me. It's all good. Ganzo Firebird. I'm liking them. I really am. Handsome knives. Very usable. Take care. Subscribe if you'd like, because you know what we do on this channel. We love them knives, so stay sharp.